Welcome to BeoTalk number 349. We're back again. Yay.
Fuck, we're almost at 350. That's crazy.
We're nearly there. I hope everybody's doing well. We've been out for, what, 2
2
weeks?
weeks. Felt longer, but it's only 2 weeks.
Yeah, I had to do stuff on the other side of the country. It was a very long drive. I changed some audio settings, so if anybody feels any weirdness or hears any weirdness, please let me know. So there's that. What did we do? Oh yeah, shilling and stuff.
Yeah.
Hello, fellow high net worth individuals.
Oh yeah, dude. Trust me. If I were to burn my money, it would be a short fire. So.
Yeah. How do we do this again?
I don't know. 2 weeks and we're rusty. I can't even type. There we go.
So go to Skinny Play, buy one of these covers. Use the discount code for 10% off. You might as well use it since we have it. And then there's a discount code for Tigrina Studio as well. And they finally come out with the aluminium theater cover.
That's really sick. I'm going to get it.
Which is really super cool. So
this is probably the coolest non-B&O thing.
Yeah, and as far as I can tell, they use the B&O backing for it, that plastic bit, because the waves and stuff in it are exactly the same.
Interesting. I guess they found a factory in China that makes those Chinese plastic pieces. And they put their own on it. Because I don't know how I don't think it'd be very much productive to buy oak ones and take the lamellas off and put the aluminium on them.
No, but they're not even, compared to the custom B&O stuff, they're not even that expensive.
No, 1,500 euros is not that much. Well, it's not that much. It's not tragedy compared to what that would cost in the atelier department.
But the B&O oak one is what, $3,000?
I would assume that B&O would charge at least 7 or 8 G's for that grill.
Yeah, but just the regular oak one is $3,000, right?
Yeah, the walnut is now moved to atelier, so that's now 5 Canadian. So, yeah, this one would cost in B&O money, I would say at least a $9,000 grill. If you go for a, bitch silver.
Yeah. And they also have a bunch of, if you're for like the fabric covers, they have a bunch of them now.
Yeah, I need to get in touch with them now. Now it's serious, bro.
It's on.
It's on, motherfuckers. I want it. And now that I'm thinking, I would probably slit my wrists and buy the 2 top covers for stupid like $1,200 each.
What, the walnut ones or just
white to match the 90s completely?
And then have aluminium on the front.
Yeah, as the crowns are. I don't know where we're missing the walnut though. I don't know. No, I'm still on for the grill. I think it will look cool.
I mean, this is also quite a nice color. This sort of twilight.
The gradient, yeah.
Yeah.
Reminds me of those A9 Nordic editions. Remember?
Yes, very much. Was that the A5?
Yeah, A5 with those little, look like socks on the bottom of the sticks. That's fucking hilarious.
They thought of the Dutch and the Wisconsinites.
That is hilarious.
Go buy some cheese.
It would be even better if they had the top cover with it that was hole matched.
I bet you they can do stuff for you if you ask.
Well, I'm sure it's possible, but that is funny. It'd be some theater cheese cover. That's funny. I didn't see that one. I was on their website, but I didn't notice the cheese. Queso.
Yeah. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet already. Hope everybody had a good 2 weeks vacation.
Yeah.
I was gone, but didn't have a vacation, but it's all right. What did you do in the last 2 weeks?
I honestly worked on my Lego room.
Sweet. Oh, so you managed to get all the stuff out and...
Everything's out. It's still a fucking bomb went off a little in there, right? So I was gonna do a podcast from there, but like you hear in the voice, I got a little, I don't know, sniffly and coughly from yesterday overnight. So I'm like, and I was gonna clean it up more, at least like move shit to the front of the camera so you don't see it in the back of the camera in a view type of thing. But I was
Yeah.
like, nah, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right. Not far from it. Why is this? I'm trying to open the PC link and open the BNO app because we have had an update.
Yeah, what has the update been? Because I think nobody really can tell, other than it's a new version.
You know what? I can't open it. For me, it runs fucking 10 times smoother on everything.
Well, that's good.
And the speaker icons are back in my listening presets for the theater.
Sweet.
I still can't, because I checked on the Lab 4s if they had the right software for the transmitters.
Yeah.
So I can't delete them. But all the speakers now have their icons once again.
Sweet.
So there's that. What else do we got in the app? There's an introduction of another very useless button, which is called the setup. That just brings you to what the fuck for, I don't know. You can create your new listening positions, but why not just do it from the menu? This should have been signal info, and a software update should have been removed. So,
yeah,
but other
signal
than that,
info
it's much
would be
smoother.
nice.
Yeah, in my opinion, the signal info should be in the corner of the actual screen. Like it should be here at all times.
Oh yeah, like drag down, like you get the battery status on like an A5 or something.
Exactly. That would even make more sense. So you don't have it always in your face, but you can, or just tap the icon and it gives you the signal info. Because at the end of the day, that's the only one that kind of sort of matters a lot. But B&O doesn't deem to see that important.
Yeah, because the input sound or input signal matters a whole lot with how everything sounds thereafter.
Mm-hmm.
KCBR says maybe it's a native app now instead of running on Xamarin. Probably.
It could, because the app, honestly, like the old, I think, is like what, 250 megs or something, and installs to almost a half a gig.
Something like that.
Yeah, this one was 32 megs.
Oh wow, that's a lot less.
That's a lot less. 32 or 52. I think it was 32 megs. It wasn't more than 100%. I was actually shocked how small the app file was.
No wonder maybe it was messing up if it's that bloated, right? For so little.
Yeah, and God knows how much code was abandoned over time, right? Because that app was changing. Like if it was the same Xamarin app platform from the back in the day, when you look at the Masterlink handbook, when the tiles on the app are black, right? Like how far, like we're going back 11, 12 years.
Yeah, also
I guess that was
Xamarin
the
hasn't
boom
been
times.
supported in forever, hasn't it?
I think a year and a half now, when they've issued that warning that Xamarin is done with Microsoft. So
yeah, May 1st, 2024.
So it's been a while.
That was maybe a bit of a security issue, but who knows?
Never know. Just don't keep your crypto keys on the fucking phone.
I mean, did I miss anything while I was gone other than more, 3000C nonsense.
I'm just so tired of these turntables, but it is what it is. It looks nice, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I kind of suspect that my neighbors don't live beside me anymore, so I've had the 90s going for a few days straight, and nobody said nothing.
Good.
I might be back to listening to them as I used to, which is going to be, I'm sure I'll meet another neighbor somewhere else. Let me make me another cafe.
They are very nice turntables, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah, I agree. But you know what, like I said 100 times over, I don't really care for that format and the feeling of the nostalgia of it at all. I just don't see a point in it. I understand the newer generation that they want to have the feel and experience of the what we used to deal with on a daily basis back in the yesteryears of time and listening to music. I just I've done it all. I've done it all. I've recorded in real time from tape to tape. I fucked around with the bias, I this and that, and I'm happy with the digital sound. I saw a short on Instagram. It was some gentleman from Dolby Laboratories that was an older guy that was talking about like comparing the analog to digital
yeah.
and how that everybody's like, oh, analog sounds great now and blah blah. I'm like, yeah, but it took us 50 years to get here, where digital is exactly the replica or reproduction of what was recorded, where it doesn't distort on the tape and record it on the whatever magnetic media back then. So it's kind of uh, it has to be the fact because that's how everything is being recorded nowadays, and you don't have a choice. And like I said, good for you. I love the fact that you love the turntable. All the power to you if you enjoy music listening like that. I'm the weirdo with a 9000, so what can I say, right? I have fucking CDs. Maybe those will be cool at some point, but I just I don't have a need for it. If they didn't take out, or at least if they actually introduced a Mozart chip into one of those turntables, then it would be something that would be an entertainable idea. Because if you can just link it with a theater digitally, essentially, which again defeats the fucking purpose, but you could control the play stop function through the remote. I think that would be cool.
I mean, for 30 grand, I would almost wish you get this piece of furniture with it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe make it, I don't know, 40, whatever, fine. But then it's a full-on statement. I mean, I
I
guess
think B&O should get back into the furniture of the yesteryears that they used to make. Remember, like that was cool
Yeah.
shit. Like their AV furniture was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, it was also very unique. Like literally, like nobody else made furniture.
Exactly. And it died with Biosystem 3 cabinet or System 3 cabinet, whatever they call it. A single and a double.
I mean, as it sits here, right, I would probably have this. Also, I think you can probably play your vinyl into your BeoLab 8 and share that through its Mozart throughout the house.
Of course.
So, I mean, it is
But then again, it's a
possible.
line in anyways. Like it doesn't matter. It's a line in. But for me, the thing is like if you're charging that copious amounts of money, why not integrate a Mozart chip directly into the turntable? You know what I mean? So my forthcoming question now would be like, let's say they introduce a new subwoofer, right? That is going to have a Mozart chip in it because it's not going to be just WISA. I'm 100% certain of that. Like they're going with the DPL everywhere. Does the subwoofer then become your streaming engine?
Probably, yeah.
Right? Because that would make the hotspot to connect to the speakers then, in my logical opinion. And
Yeah.
then just like in the theater, you still have your my buttons, but they're technically my buttons of the sub.
Yes.
Which will be interesting. Just don't make it something that tilts or whatever with the volume up and down like the Edge. The cheese wheel.
God, let's share some of this.
Do you know what's weird in that I find now that these round panels are very in everywhere. The Apple Store we're doing is it's got but these are all granite or whatever the heck the material they're using in the Apple, because obviously they're $1 trillion company, so they can splash a little
Yeah, who
more.
gives a shit about a few million here and there?
Yeah, but I find everywhere it's these long panels, display panels with backlighting LEDs underneath them running the strips. It looks beautiful. Where is that showroom?
This is Harrods, I think, in London. They have a whole B&O section now.
Wow, that's a beautiful display. I have to say that's a beautiful display.
I don't wish to be mean, but like it's kind of interesting, right? When the flagship store is not as good as the luxury store a few streets over.
Yeah, but is this funded by Harrods?
I have no idea,
Most
but
likely,
if
I guess so. They have to buy the goddamn furniture, right? Whatever is
yeah,
prescribed now as a showroom, you still pay for it. Like we paid for our Renault, right?
I mean, yes, I know it's similar, but right, this is bigger and better done, at least in my opinion.
Fuck, there's hundreds of grand of stock in there for shit's sakes everywhere.
Yeah,
See, and that's another thing. How much of this shit is actually live? That's too high for a Harmony. Call this, man.
yeah, yeah.
That's like pretending to be North American installation. You should have just gone
Well,
to
you
a
don't know where
hardware
the
store.
customers are from, right? Like
That's it.
Harrods gets all sorts.
But yeah, I wonder how they manage that with the networks. That's pretty cool. The sample displays.
Yeah,
That's very nice.
I mean, I
What the
think
heck are those
Harrods.
round ones? What grill is that?
What? Where?
Oh, the probably up top. Yeah, beside
That's
the
a
round thing. Oh, that's the
top
top
ring.
plate of the BeoTalk. Oh, BeoTalk exploded view. Okay,
Yeah.
coolios. Very nice, very
I
nice.
mean, I think Harrods gets like 90% tourists and attraction people in there, and then the 10% of actual buyers, and they're all like mega billionaires essentially,
Hmm.
or pretentious new money.
So logically, I guess it makes sort of somewhat sense that they have a lot of cash and carry on the display, like the A5s and
Yeah,
twos and so on and so forth in multitude of colors. It's a beautiful store, I have to say.
yeah, it's done very well.
Yes.
I mean, again, you have a bunch of this custom stuff everywhere. I
Atelier, atelier.
mean, I do like this sort of furniture as well. It's kind of interesting.
That
You
thing
could
is heavy as
you could sort of see yourself buying this for like your changing room if you have an actual room kitchen.
absolutely, absolutely. Put all the jewelry in the drawers and stuff.
Yeah,
Not that I have that much of it. These would
I
be
don't have
sock.
any jewelry.
These would be sock and underwear drawers for me, bro. That's it. But yeah, that's a beautiful shop. I just wonder how much of this stuff is actually turned on and online and usable, because if there's only 24, I've counted way more than that. Or do they have two sub
Lego
networks?
drawer.
Like, yeah, I've realized I have way too much Lego. I still have to undo the flowers, but I'm kind of worried that because the cat's here, and I think she's gonna take liking to the flowers.
These 90s are so cool like this.
I like the black ones. That's the proper black ones with the black crowns and shit. That looks sick.
Yeah.
And the black panel must be like a dark oak, or it's just black. I think it's painted black. No, that looks cool. Or anthracite, I guess. Very nice.
Yeah, I personally I couldn't decide between black like this or like just have it as blacked out as this with the aluminium in just natural color.
I think the natural aluminium just, I don't know. It brings them up too much now.
I think
These are perfectly subdued.
yeah, I think Guy has them like this, but with the aluminium and silver, and it's like, ooh,
Oh, they're sexy.
cool as fuck.
They are sexy speakers. So yeah, now that my Lego room is damn near finished, I'm just debating. Because I have a V1, right? So would I put the V1 on the ground? And
Do you
then
put it on a wall?
no, because the wall is sacrificed to all the Lego shelves.
Don't you like both walls?
Yeah, dude, and I'm actually at the point where I'm gonna have to call the Calgary store, and because I can't find those string shelves here, I'm gonna need another row. Fuck.
Hmm.
There's a new Volvo excavator coming out. I'm gonna get it. Fuck's sakes. And then, because I have the whole Volvo wall already, like of all the Volvos, I just need to buy the little that bullshit electric. I didn't want to buy it because yes, it's pneumatic, but like it's an electric pretend. Like let's get this big box with it that you run an excavator off an electric diesel generator. That's just so nonsensical. But anyways, I'll buy that too because it's kind of part of the Volvo thing. And then I found the goofy crane, the big one, because it's $1,000 here, right? So it would be like
Yeah.
1,200 bucks with the tax and shit. I found it for 560 bucks Canadian in Hungary. So I
That's not
think
bad.
so I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna have my dad ship it to me from Slovakia. Because the last time my mom sent me all of my Lego, which would be about the same weight as that crane thing, it was 30 euros to send it here.
That's not bad.
It's mind blowing, dude. Like I couldn't send that to Vancouver
No.
for that money, and
Yeah,
definitely not for you.
I've already had it a few times, even with my dealer when I bought my 50s and whatnot. Right, like the shipping cost made no sense to me, having lived here for a year. It's like, how the hell is it so cheap coming from there to here? But if I send it from here to Miami, it's double what.
Yes.
Like, what?
Yeah, it makes zero sense. I don't understand, but that's the best loophole that I can save at least $400 or $500 on that set. Because shipping from Hungary to Slovakia across the border is not going to be that much.
No.
And then to ship it here, it's the same like with STB brackets. When we order stuff, like it shows up like, how do you guys fucking teleport this shit here? Because why does everything take 2 weeks or a week for me? Like I sent a package to Nathan, and it was 5 days. An STB bracket shows up in 3 from
Yeah.
fucking UK.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't understand it.
I think they send it express because then the likelihood of the package changing over hands a lot more is very reduced, right? Because it just goes from the receiving center directly on the plane and then back into the sorting station and booth instead of going to, I don't know, jiggling around on the truck.
This is still a beautiful setup of Harmony and 50s.
The gold ones, yeah. It looks good with the wood.
Yeah. I mean, if you like wood, it's a good option.
That's a nice couch in the shape too, Collis.
Yeah, you need to ditch your chair and get a couch. Like the brown leather one, you can get in white too, and it's actually really, really comfortable.
I was debating to get the couch, but the cat's gonna ruin it. So maybe once my girlfriend goes, I'll do it. But then I won't need it anyways because I'm by myself. But yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get something going on to lay on or pass out. But the Eamster is already deadly enough. So my next project, what I'm thinking is removing all of these pictures off the wall
Mm-hmm.
and putting up a shape.
Yeah, I agree with that idea.
Now, the dilemma is because of the inability of it to do rear channels, right? If I put the BeoConnect core,
Yes.
I'm just gonna have order 2 transmitters, 2 receivers, splice them in, and then build them so it does get to the rear heights.
Yeah, but you don't need to use a BeoConnect core in your situation, right?
No, not at all.
I mean, if nothing else, you can permanently run it off of my button on the theater anyway.
Yeah, I can have it as a separate speaker.
Yeah.
But the point is that even though like I have the old core with it, right?
Mm.
So I still have the ability to reset the amplifier on the shape
Yeah.
because that's gone with the new core, and just make it a dumb slave, so it's just left and right, and then put those tiles in a way and a fashion that they match more or less the dimensional profile of surround heights. It would be cool, but I would need another amp to do it, where I could split the first speakers to be surround heights, and then the lower ones I could make them as surround backs, right?
Surely those are purchasable, right?
Fuck, man. From when I saw how much I paid for the amp and how much it is now, it made me cry a little.
Yeah, it's okay, but you love a shape.
So
Hello, Kitty.
Kitty is exploring.
Go to the 90s.
No. She's gonna
She's
right.
just laying there.
She's trying her fate. Opa, get out of there. Don't fuck around. No, she just played and like
Like what?
and doing nothing, right?
These things are mine.
I'm watching you, bro. I'm watching you. You fuck around. Yeah, she's funny. She's a funny kitty. But for some reason, she does or have developed a liking to chew on walnut. So all of my stuff is now covered in blankets. Fuck sakes, bro. Can't win, bro. Can't win.
Maybe get her addicted to teak or oak or something.
I don't have any of that.
Then buy some and just feed it to her.
Shit. Like, she
Can't
hasn't
you get
messed
her,
around
like,
with the
chew
Lego
toys
either.
or-
So
Or
I don't know.
chew-
Well, dude, I've got like a whole bunch of shit for her here, but it's
we got our cats like in the Netherlands anyway. We haven't really seen. Well, we have seen them here. We haven't bought them, but like these sort of meat sticks, like sort of, what would you call them? Like sort of like this sort of jerky type of stick kind of.
yeah.
But they just sort of go. They chew on it for a long ass time.
Yeah, maybe I'll get her that. I don't know. I haven't seen them here. Like they got these little tubies, right? Which is like irresistible paste, whatever.
Yeah.
But it doesn't agree with her stomach. So I'll pass on that. How do you feel about this edition? What is it called even?
The Art
I forget
Deco.
now. Art Deco, exactly.
I pretty much love it except for like this bit here.
Yes. Exactly my problem.
It's
very busy in the middle. And then the circle behind the tweeter you can't see, which is kind of odd.
well, it also sort of, I don't know, it makes it look like an afterthought almost a bit. Like we didn't know where to start counting, sort of thing.
Yeah, they should have swapped those, in my opinion, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I do very much like it, don't get me wrong, but it is a bit strange that it's not just 1 1 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 all the way across.
They meet in the middle, yeah. The downside of OCD or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. I mean,
but
the platter is gorgeous.
Yeah, I like the platter a lot. I really like the platter a lot. They're just so hard and heavy on that Beogram theme everywhere now.
Yeah. I mean, it's even nice on the 28s.
Yeah. I wonder why they didn't do it on just, well, not wonder, but they could have made that also aluminium instead of plastic on the actual 28s for the money that they're selling it for. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that would add probably 500 to $1,000 because it's a concave shape that is like, it's not flat, right?
Yeah, I know. But really, come on, like it's already an expensive ass speaker. I think they wouldn't have It will just lift up the elegance. I think that there should be 2 changes to the lap 28s. The bloody bottom cone, if that was aluminum honed and made machined in the same finish as the sides, and glass top for the user interface.
Yes.
If anything, glass top for the user interface should be done.
Yeah, the top of the 8s is definitely nice.
Hmm.
I mean, if you use them as a front, left, and right, you're not really going to touch them much.
No.
So, but it's if we're into the details,
We're all about the details, my brother. But yeah, they look spectacular. Could have wiped that for a picture.
yeah. I think Flores took them. I think this was just in a shop, or maybe it's I don't know texture or whatever. Or
yeah, but that flipping doesn't look good. I understand that finish on the BeoSound. Well, I have one, but BeoSound 2, where it matches the bottom of the acoustic lens and the plastic there, right? That has that uniformity in it. But in the 28, there's really no need for it. It should have been glass right out of the gate. But yeah, those are nice. So they're all no. Is it wood? The other ones looks like it. Yeah.
Metal, wood, metal, wood, metal, wood. Yeah, I think it's the same wood as the top, which is what, walnut, I think, or was it cherry? Something. It wasn't the standard wood anyway. I need to ask this.
I want to see an exploded view. Order those sticks. It's gonna be like $200 each, if they're even available. So, but yeah, let's see. Speakers, soundbars. I like it. I like the direction of it, but it's sometimes I think they're asking too much money for it nowadays. Let's see how many there is. So I think what's happening, looking at the exploded view of the what's available for the sticks, right, for the lamella spares, is all the ones that like there's pink now, which was also sent out. They don't have the honey tone yet, which I'm surprised, because one of our grills came broken for the honey. Excuse me, for the honey tone display.
Oh, pain in the ass. I almost feel if you have a custom color like that, you should get a baggie of sticks with it.
My opinion, yeah, for $5,000 at grill, call this.
I mean, if nothing else, right? Just in case it goes bad in shipping, that you at least have one or two.
Yeah, because I'm sure life happens, and sometimes, like, even if, let's say you're cleaning the top glass and you have a microfiber, right, and it fucking snags on one of them, and you snap them off, because it doesn't take much. Really doesn't take much.
No.
So that's it feels bad. I'm sure that those aluminum ones, they hold together like there's nobody's business.
Yeah, but like the first thing that will break is probably the plastic backing instead of the strip.
Oh, 100%. Which is even worse, feels bad.
Yeah, so the pull is about like these two together. Is that annoying, yay or nay?
I think it is.
I mean, to me, it's just aesthetically weird, right? I mean, I sort of get that it somewhat looks like curtains coming together, but
yeah,
we haven't done that in so long that it's kind of strange.
It's too forgotten in time now, as far as the curtains are concerned, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Way too forgotten in time.
I mean, so far most people agree. The polls in the chat.
Yeah. But we'll see what the future brings, man. Something new is coming. That's for goddamn sure. Just gotta be patient now.
Yeah, stuff is always coming, but I mean, yeah, this platter below, gorgeous. I would have one of these in a different color, like not the sort of, what is it, bronzy brownish.
I think it's chestnut color, maybe polished chestnut.
Like if this was like black and just milled out aluminium, I would put that on mine. No questions asked.
I would do the black strips and silver plate. Like inverse it.
Yeah.
Which would probably be more expensive to anodize.
Yeah, or you like put enamel paint in it.
Oh, dude, and you're paying fucking Ferrari money for it, God is. Because now you got to have a Danish guy painting.
We already are, aren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, we're very high net worth individuals here, aren't we?
Or just crazy followers.
Like, why are you peasanting this shit up?
Why am I peasanting it up? Oh, boy.
What makes you think you can afford any of this?
Exactly. Yeah. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that wood a little bit on the top. That's a great idea, too. They should have, they have already, but now it's unobtainable. I'm sure. For the covers.
Yeah, for my silver stage, everything silver. I wouldn't mind if I had this in like aluminium black, like the same kind of aluminium panel that's like on a BeoLab 18, right? Like that sort of anodized black. That would be awesome.
There is a part number for those rosewood ones, but I don't believe that they're going to let you order it.
Probably not. I mean, also the aluminium would like be an utter dust magnet, right? If you have anything solid on here, even the wood will probably be an utter dust magnet. But
I think so too. Yeah, for me, I'm leaning towards getting the white covers on the top if I get that the grill. And I've been really debating and toying with the idea of aluminium bottoms for the 90s.
That could be really cool. Yes.
It's going to be a ding in the wallet for sure, but I'm thinking really hard about it nowadays. To put aluminium, like polished aluminium, the same as the theater wings are. I think that would look hot.
First, you have to buy this, though.
What's that? Oh, the aluminium cover. Yeah. It looks good on the anthracite too, man. The contrast is sick.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Oh, their aluminium work is exceptional. It's almost more shiny than B&O's aluminium work, if that's even possible. Like it has this sort of transparent gloss to it. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him up. I'm gonna hit him up and put this on. I think.
I mean, again, I don't know. Buy one. Use this promo code. Maybe they'll send me one. 10% off.
10% off, bro. New arrivals. Shop now. Oof.
I wonder if my own promo code works on me too.
Fuck. Yeah, it says it in Canadian, so 2,422 Canadian for a grill.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the regular oak lamellas are $3,000 for the theater.
Yeah, now they are.
Yeah. So in euro, they're probably 2,500 or something like that, or maybe 3,000 euro too. So,
yeah, that's fucking gonna look balls, dude. That's gonna look balls.
I mean, I definitely keep the wood one and just, or the oak one I have, and then just switch it out every so often.
Between the wood and metal.
I mean, next, they're going to come up with the aluminium slats for the 50s.
That'd be sick.
Then I would have all aluminium 50s.
Oh, dude, those would look so hot. Those would look so hot. I guess if we can't afford the B&O product, we can just accessorize it now with cool shit.
Yeah, if I can, like, because I already have the aluminium fronts, right? If I can get the back and sides in all aluminium as well, okay, I don't need 90s at all anymore. This is way cooler.
Oh, it would look sweet.
I mean, I
I
don't think
wonder how
people.
heavy they would be, those grills, man. Like they would have some weight to them. That's a lot of aluminium, fudge.
I would suspect it's only about a kilo more than the wood ones.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, they're not massive, right? Like, it's not like there's a heck of a lot of wood on it, and if it's the same amount of strips of aluminium.
I think that, well, it's not like they're gonna fall off or break off those thick ass pegs. Like that's not gonna
No.
happen. But it's just, yeah, dude, I am sold. I am sold.
I have to email them now with an idea. Like, make the covers for the 50s in aluminium.
Yeah, because that wouldn't take. Because I know they're screwed in from the back, right?
Yes.
The lamellae. So technically, if you just, well, I would just buy the whole grill, let them assemble it. Fuck. That way, if they ding one, they can replace it in the factory instead of like feels bad. Feels bad for Mikey.
Yeah.
And you probably, yeah, would need some sort of a jig to lay that stuff out in order to assemble it correctly.
Yeah, I mean,
But that is cool.
Props to them, because this is hard to make.
Well, the amount of machining that this takes for those lamellae, right?
Yeah.
Unless they do them in a similar production like they're doing them on the video with the wood, where there's like 5 of them, right? And then the profiles get cut, and then it just comes zing, zing, zing to get those notches in individually after, and then they're cut separate.
Yeah, I guess I'm stuck with buying accessories, but when they're this good, I really don't mind.
No, neither do I, brother. Neither do I. I really, really like this look. Especially on a motorized stand, when it turns, like it reflects the light, it's gonna be sexier than fucking anything else.
Yeah.
See the light travel through those grills? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, maybe in a month or two. I just gone down through paying my tickets, for God's sakes. I got a fucking red light ticket, eh? I told you that. I rolled behind a bus.
KCBR says the theater wood lamella cover is €1,400. Huh.
Oak ones, yeah. But not, I think oak, smoked oak. And then dark oak is expensive, or it starts to get up there. And so on and so forth. But they really, I guess, amalgamated most of the grill colors variants into the Atelier, because that then permits them to obviously charge more premium for it. So that's what I think.
Let's see, what's the difference between...
Shared with the class.
Yeah, sure.
The heart racing soundbar.
So this is the cloth version, and then this is the oak version. The difference is $1,450, but that is not including the price of the cloth, right? So the difference is $1,400. Because I don't think if you have a theater with cloth and you go to your dealer, I don't think they charge you $1,400 for the oak. I think that's a price difference, and I think the cloth one is like $800 or something.
I think so, $700 or $800, yeah. What do you want to swap them for, Sandeep? You have dark oak now. What are you gonna go with it? The greeno? Are Sandeep's theaters silver, or they're anthracite?
He has one of each.
Oh.
Let's see.
Or something lighter. Yeah. Those grills, like even if I wanted to trade and send you, you would get a freaking pile of toothpicks in a long box from Canada to UK. So that's completely out of question. But I would buy them in UK. I love how warm and nice out it is today.
It's always warm compared.
Yeah, well, 29 degrees. That's pretty good.
Oh, it's about the same as here then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got the windows open everywhere. I wonder what the cat is. I think she's under the Eames chair because that's her new bunker that she sits in.
Yeah, Willie's Lamella.
Mine is walnut. Yeah, mine is walnut. I bought it before they fell into the very expensive category, I guess. But my panels on the 90s are smoked oak, which that was the only thing available back then. And now I'm thinking, like, if I'm gonna go down the route of silver lamellae for the theater, would it be worth to inquire B&O?
Can you look up the price for the oak cover?
No, I don't have the price list.
Because KCBR says that somewhere you can find them. There's a page for the lamella cover, but maybe because I'm on the American side, I don't see it, or I don't know. So KCBR, let me know.
It's interesting that if you order the replacement microphone, it comes with the included calibration mic included BeoLab 5090 adapter.
Good. Finally.
You need that female jack to RJ45 nonsense. Yeah, I think Walnut Sundeep is probably the nicest grill now, second to the aluminium, of course. But as far as all the wood species that I had seen and installed, because I've obviously done them all, the walnut is the nicest. Especially when you have a lot of, walnut furniture or accents, it really ties in very well with the rest of the decor in the house.
Whilst I agree, and I've always agreed that walnut is one of the nicer colors, I am kind of happy I have oak because it's the only color that never went to like silly money, right? Like, and it's a staple. I mean, and also at this point, like I think 2 years ago, I sort of calculated it out, and that was with one set of 50s to get like 18s, 50s, and the theater to walnut was like $7,000 at the time or something, just for a color change.
Yeah, I was lucky that I got it when I got it, because I basically pulled the trigger on it. It came out in October, and I bought mine in December. So I locked that shit down hard. Yeah, walnut is now moved to Atelier Bespoke, man. So yeah, it is, I think, more than a double. Fuck. So that feels bad. But I guess you can go to your dealer and order 74 replacement lamella sticks and just redo your theater grill. Just you, unfortunately, will have to break off the 6 oak or dark oak lamellas, whatever you got on the sides, because those are glued. But once you remove that glue and everything's cleaned up, then do that. I think you flying over to Canada, finding where I am, and breaking into my apartment to take the grill would be cheaper for you to just order a bespoke.
I'm not so sure about that with these new prices.
I guess so. Or
I mean, I'm sure he can get a round trip for like £800 or something like that.
True enough. Yeah.
Then you spend what, like $200 on Ubers or something?
Yeah, it's $80 Uber Canadian to my house from the airport.
mean, a locksmith, if you want to do it so you don't know, is what, like $300?
I don't know how that would work because these are well, they're Schlager locks, but they don't have actual keyholes in them. It's just on fobs, which also makes me wonder what batteries are putting in these motherfuckers and how long
Oh,
do they
so
last.
essentially it can open if you have like a stun gun, like
You think
20,000.
so?
I don't know, probably, right?
Well, I'm not gonna try it on my lock.
Hook it to your neighbors.
Yes, then they can't get out of the house. So, but yeah, I would just buy the replacement lamella and put them in. It's easy to put them in actually if you have a pila. Because I fixed a bunch of those grills over the years, I guess. One thing I don't like, they didn't improve the packaging on the lamellas, how they're packed. I don't think it's too tight and they break off. And because the box is so long and it's not really that big, but it's like size of a brick that's what 5 feet, and it's light. I think that it gets the toss treatment a lot in the shipping if it's sent out singularly because I've seen them. They really come in a dirty box, or the outer box is too dirty, so you know that they had rolled around on the ground and been kick assisted to the truck and or off the truck. But I think it's more or less on the Canadian side of things once they land because people here, I think, treat that everything like shit.
I don't know if my internet is, if it's me because I'm somewhere else, but like this all stuff is in English and then the rest is in German.
That's weird.
Möglicherweise interessiert du dich auch für.
750 euros.
Let's see what happens if I change to North America. If it's still so. Oh, it doesn't have that page in there. Here.
Interesting. They just go straight to the Bio Nerd. Interesting. So there are differences in. So these are just the grills that we're looking at the prices.
Apparently. Light oak, dark oak, and regular oak are the same. I know German.
I don't. No, I only know two sentences that I had retained in my head since back in 1994.
Look, I lived next to Germany for most of my life, so
Yeah,
it
so
was
it sticks no
unavoidable.
matter what. Yeah, it'll stick on you no matter what.
Yeah,
it's the same. Like I don't speak French, but I do understand it. Unless people start going very fast.
I mean, the Dutch always do these annoying jokes, right? Like when they go skiing, it's like, Sie haben etwas verloren. And then they go, aber was denn? It is like you lost something. Like what? You go, der Krieg, the war.
Oh my god, the German jokes. That's too funny. But yeah, that's interesting that they have those as an item that is orderable. But in Canada, US, we don't.
Funny, it's there. Like it's there in Europe too. Huh. I wonder why it's not here. Interesting.
Maybe stores are not as well represented as in Europe, I guess. I
but what would it matter for the website, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to follow the logic, but there really isn't any. So.
You only lost it once. The first one was a stalemate. Also, the Dutch don't care about the first ones because they were neutral.
Why can't I? open this.
Anyway, interesting. Because I'm
Indeed.
pretty sure if you ask a dealer here, it's $3,000 in dollars. Guten Abend, meine Freunde. Geht's gut? Ja, also.
Weird. My new app now doesn't want to load onto that link PC thing. It's just still working.
Maybe because
on
the
it,
code
whatever.
base is different.
I think so. Let's see if I can link PC. Is there no app for that in my shit?
Yeah,
Links to
definitely
Windows,
special
maybe.
US prices. God, after last time on the first, right, they hadn't put the new prices through, but they definitely have gone through now. Because now the 90s are 211,000 USD.
Goddess.
I mean, let's see. So they're 167,000 euro, which comes to what, like in dollars, like 180 or so. But that's including 21% sales tax.
Fuck.
So let's do 200 divided by 1 times is 138,181 euro ex sales tax. Let's see, what is that in dollars? Let's say 139. So if you buy them from Europe, right? Ex sales tax, it's $160,000.
Fuck.
But if you like, I'll show you. If you go to the American side, they're only a cool $51,000 more. I mean, there's no way, right, that is all tariffs. Just there's no way.
No.
Because that's like a third of the price more almost.
For US?
Yeah, just because if you straight convert the European price, right? Like if you were to buy it, because Europe has 21% sales tax included, meaning it's 138,000 euro ex sales tax. Straight up converted, that's $160,000, and these are showing at 211. Good. Nears makes no difference. $212,000 ex sales tax, so that's $51,000 more. Like that's crazy. That I mean, because that would be what, like a sort of 30% tariff or something. Like no, I don't think that's the case. I do believe that B&O would sort of essentially say no to dealers from sending it from Europe to here, which I understand, right? Because like this fucks over dealers around here quite a lot.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's your money, right? And if you can save that, like, I love you all and everything, but 50 grand is a lot to love for, you know?
I mean, shipping costs is like $1,000 or something from Europe for 90s.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that much. Even if it's 2, fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, I know what I paid for shipping for my 50s, and I think it was less than $1,000. Like, I think it was like $600 or something. And like a third of that was insurance. mean, but
So
sending
there you
them
go.
from me to like Orlando, which is like, I don't know, 200 kilometers, right? Is the same price, if not more.
If not more, it probably would be more. Especially once you declared what it was. Fuck, the insurance would be stupid on them.
I mean, and I'm not sure if for personal import use, there's actually that much import tax on them, if any. Like I paid more import tax on the A5 than I did on my 50s.
That's fucking hilarious.
Well,
But sad.
there's a Chinese battery in the A5, and there's almost no Chinese tariffed bits in the 50s.
By the way, we've discovered with a Gen a few weeks back, if you have a dead P6,
Yeah,
you know, the Tombstone,
yeah.
the A1 battery will work in it. It won't be as long lasting because it's a different amperage, but it works.
Interesting.
Same connector, same everything. So if you guys have a dead P6 and you want to save it, that is the way to do it. I'm gonna make me another cup of coffee. So
But these prices are insane over here.
in North America, yeah,
Yeah,
it's starting to get really out of
I
hand.
mean, 8s now start at 9,000 USD, or 7,900 USD, 9,000 with the oak, which is substantial, put it that way. I mean, the Ferrari 50s are 105,000 USD.
Jesus.
Like, where are the regular 50s?
Yeah.
Oh, there they are. So the 50s black on black, right, are $79,800 ex sales tax.
And that's like the cheapest.
Yeah. So with oak and not the aluminium Mercedes grille type front, it's 80,900. I bet you those aluminium grills on front are now also more expensive, because when I bought them, they were already 3,000 euros, so they're probably close to 5,000 USD.
That's what 90s cost when they came out, 80 grand.
Yeah, so this is like 50s. The way I have them sit are like now 85 grand, to the point where like this is giving me insurance issues.
Yeah.
Because if I get robbed or whatever, right? Like, how the hell do I get any of this back? Like, fortunately, it's heavy enough that it's not likely to be stolen, but
It'll be damaged.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what sucks about that. That, you know, you have the same product at home, like, you know, these, like I said, they came out, they were 80 grand, now they're 211. Well, these are more, these are 220 or 230 because of the freaking white sales.
Yeah.
So how do you now
Which, like,
quantify that to the
9 months
insurance?
ago was not an upcharge somehow anymore, but now it is again.
Yeah. So
like, and it's so schizo sometimes, right? Like, because for the first, what is it, 4 years, the white was an upsell. Then the last year, before this golden sand color came out, essentially, it was the same price as the black one, and now it's an upsell again. Like, what the hell?
yeah, I don't get it, because yeah, they were default color back in the day when I ordered them.
Yeah.
Well, because they came out with the customized thing, right? And Parisian Night was the same money as everything else at the time.
Yeah, back in the day, that was normal. And then somehow for the last year or so, it was like 20, 30 grand more. And now it's only 5 grand more. So it's a bit schizophrenic. Like, what's going on?
Do we know what we want, for fuck's sakes?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of interesting that they also kind of totally forgot about the Ford's Iron Grey. Like, I haven't seen that in forever. But that definitely was in the box of sail colors you could select in the beginning of them.
Hmm.
I mean, that Forged Iron Grey was quite nice.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Never gotten it, but given how much those grill replacements are now, that's like $20,000 investment to recolor the
Yeah.
90s at this point of time.
Sandeep says, do they just look at what colors they have in the factory and then decide to price? That sure is what it seems like, right?
Hmm.
Like, oh, we only have like, I don't know, 10 of these color packets left. Upcharge.
Makes no sense.
Yeah. It's very, very strange. Because, yeah, these were like 20, 30 grand more, this Parisian Night Blue. Like, before the last price rise.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I must say the gold tone 90s are amazing in real
That's
life.
what we have in the display in the
Yeah.
showroom. We have the gold tone. They look good. They really do look good.
I mean, I like the softness of the sort of sand white, whatever it is. Like, I don't get me wrong, I love the white of your 90s, but it's kind of a harsh white, right?
Oh, it's a pure white color, where these
Yeah.
they have that creamy, uh, creamy tone to it, more yellowish towards the gold.
Yeah, it almost looks like the fabric is a bit thicker, which it isn't, but it's just a
Mhm.
color that gives that appearance.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the only gold product I would potentially ever have in my house because it's done to perfection.
Yeah.
Like, whereas like even the 50s or the 8s or the 28s, like it's too much. It's so ostentatious. It's like, and I'm not a gold person, so
There's just enough to hide itself within the design of it,
yes.
or it doesn't stand out as much. And quite honestly, gold in certain light almost looks silver. If you have a different wall to it, right? Like it's
Yeah.
almost hard to tell in the reflection. Same with the silver crowns. They do change color.
KCBR says I would take any of them. Yes, me too. But if I'm paying for them, right? In the current lineup, it would be between the black and aluminium and the gold tone ones. Because one thing's for sure, I'm definitely not ever like up pricing myself for a different color.
No, hell no. But yeah, that's I used to love them. They're absolutely the best speaker I've ever owned, bar none. But I would never own them now because of the money is just too much.
I mean, if I were to ever get them, I would sell a set of 50s because it just doesn't make sense to have that much power in the. I mean, my space is quite large here compared to Europe.
Yeah.
But like 90s and 50s, like that is almost already too. Like 2 sets of 50s is kind of already too much for the place.
Oh, I could only imagine. I would stick with 250s over a pair of 90s if I were to do that. I think I would stick with what you've got. Depends how much you like the movies, I guess, and whatever. But do you really need the 50s as rear surrounds, or you sell them all and buy a fucking set of 90s? So you got the pumps in the front, and the copious amounts of 17s will take care of the rest in the house or in that room.
It's crazy what 50s will do, especially with a theater as rear speakers. I mean,
really?
I know it's insane, right? Like, but like, holy moly, that it changed the movie watching experience.
Oh, with the 2 pairs of 50s?
Yeah.
In what way? Obviously, the acoustic way, but what do you find better?
The
presence?
bass is incredibly even anywhere you go. It's precise to the point of like it's scary. Like you can tell where stuff is in and around you in 3D space.
That's cool.
Like to the point of exactly like, okay, this is sort of here, not like over there.
Mhm.
Look, like 50s up front and 18s rears in no way bad, right? Like I'm never ever going to say that, but I thought I was just being a bit insane with my love for 50s, but it surprised me how much of an upgrade it was.
Hmm. It had to have been, bro. Like, come on, you can't. 18s are great, but they're nowhere 50s great.
Yeah, I mean, when I was demoed 90s way back, right? Like they had 90s up front and 50s in the rear, and that's how I got demoed the theater as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I initially thought most of this was due to the 90s, and now I can definitely say no, it was very much also the rears.
Oh, 100%. Well, when you have everything focused into one sweet spot, even from the backs, like that makes a huge difference.
Yeah. I mean, the 50s are definitely better at sort of that precision distance control
Than 18s or 28s.
Yeah. I mean, I also personally love the lens sound because it's very airy and like in terms of acoustic lens speakers, there's just literally nothing better than 50s.
No, it's not.
I mean,
especially because you can open and close it, or
yeah, and I mean even closed, right? It has a very different tune, but it's still not 90s like.
mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the 90s on the technical experience are like a better speaker, but they just sound different. And it's because they don't have a lens at all. Like, and they sort of try to make one with a tweeter.
Yeah.
But it's not the same. Sonny says, William, on the composer, some colors are labeled as legacy, some as special, some as signature. Understand the difference?
Not at all. Let's take a peek at it. I'm just wondering what the legacy colors are. Probably black. I don't know what would be the signature. Could the signature be the bloody samurai edition?
Funny that if you go to the composer, you get your 90s.
Pretty much. But I think they have a. Is it gray or is it silver? No, it's silver. It was silver, a crown. Let's see that spool up.
Yeah. Let's see. Cover. White Legacy. I guess you have Legacy speakers.
Yeah. I got the Legacy White.
Parisian Night Blues Legacy. Forza Iron Grey Legacy.
So all the original introduced colors in the original customization app or web interface of the 90s back in 2015 or 16, sorry, because that's when it came out.
Yeah, other than black, because black is signature, sand is signature.
Interesting that the black for signature, because I guess it's a signature color for all the speakers, right? Usually black cloth.
Well, it's the only color that has never ever changed in any of it.
No.
So I guess special is the color that, I don't know, like the peach or whatever it is. It's not, even though they claim that 90s are fully customizable, right? Like these are the only, what is it, 6 colors you get in the composer. It's also kind of interesting that there's no black anthracite in here.
Yeah, that's weird. I think it's under aluminium frame, no?
Yeah, but the cloth is different, isn't it? It's not the same exact color black as the black ones.
I think so. I don't think it is.
Gold tone. Bronze is legacy, brass legacy, chestnut is special.
I guess because it goes with that Art Deco.
Zesty orange.
So the special is Atelier colors then.
Yeah. Black painted oak. That's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool, man.
With that zesty orange.
That looks cool.
Yeah, I'd have these in my living room.
There's no aluminium ones, as far as the colors. No.
Pine like beech, birch, brown, core ash, charcoal stained oak.
Oh, Christ on the
lavender.
cross. That's terrible. Charcoal stained oak.
No, it's just black painted oak.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to go with those. Interesting categorizing of these things. Prepare your composition. There you go. My piece of art.
Yeah, you can rename it and save it.
That's $250.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, but everything is essentially standard other than the color of the aluminium.
And the panels.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's just like literally painted whatever piece of wood they have. Surely that's not really anything.
Oh, you would be surprised how much paint costs now. We'll probably have to sand it a couple times.
I mean, if it is any more, right, I would probably just get whatever is cheapest and get what's that sort of rubber paint called again that you can just peel off?
Oh, the Plasti Dip, Jesus Christ. Fuck, that's just ruining the speaker.
Yeah, but just on the panels, right?
Yeah.
Like if they say, "Oh, it's $1,000 for us to paint the bottom black," it's like, really? I'm just gonna Plasti Dip this shit. Like it'll cost me $20 or something like that.
Or I would just paint them myself with some good paint.
Yeah,
and that's it.
You get some very matte black paint and just paint them that way.
Mm-hmm. I think pearl blasted aluminium would also look good, but I think it would look too white. I think I would have to go with the polished one. Polished would be cool.
Let's see. I mean, I wonder if you go with the full white and aluminium, if the inside is still aluminium.
What do you mean? The inserts, the logo?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nowhere to specify the color of that.
Because I wonder if they still do it or if it's somehow... see, because they are in this view.
But they're not aluminium. They're painted white.
Yeah, but yours aren't.
No, mine are aluminium. Yeah, natural aluminium, brushed. But the 90s that I've serviced and we did in Tremblant, those were the newer edition, I guess, not the legacy white, and they had the white inserts instead of silver ones. So there you go.
I mean, this is also quite cool. The black bottom with the white.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if you wanted to, you have an extra set of panels, right? You can always like wrap them matte black or something like that.
If I were to do the black panels, I would take the middles out and put the black cloths, black sails in between.
Get like a checker pattern.
Yeah. It would match with the carpet. It would look sick.
Oh, maybe that's you have a whole extra set of sails somewhere, don't you?
Downstairs, yeah, with the crowns and everything. That would look cool too, bro. Pure white.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these 3M wrapping materials, I mean, you can take off without like really any damage to anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like the most amount of damage you would do is if you like are rough with the knife of peeling the first bit up.
Well, I would have it wrap around so it you
Yeah,
start
exactly.
feeling it
So
on the other side. But yeah, change the crowns to 90s or the black. Sorry,
the aluminium frame.
yeah. People are asking.
Uh,
Is there a piano black? Yes, there is.
ooh,
Fuck,
that is that is awesome.
that looks hot.
Let's see.
Fuck.
Yeah, I definitely could own this too.
I could get on this train, dude. Carlis, yeah, these are sexy. Yeah, I would. I like the wood as well. Son of a bitch, eh?
Yeah.
Down the rabbit hole you go. Yeah, that would. That's a lot of money to just do that. Actually, I would just need the panels and the crowns would kill me. Piano black, Jesus,
Oh, you
because they're
guys.
extra polished.
Wait. Where is it? Black. You want it like this?
I think the white bottoms were nicer,
Yeah, I
in,
agree.
in my opinion.
I guess we're in the minority.
Yeah, but yeah, it does look. It does look good.
God, this color contrast of like that piano black is awesome.
Hmm. Yeah,
Apparently, you're very close to having lunatic 90s, Willie.
that's it. No, these are yeah, because then the crowns would hide the black spots that I have on mine, right, where the gaps are between the sails and
Yeah.
the. Yeah, this would look sickening. What, kitty? Is there a fly in the house?
I still think I prefer the fully murdered out with the zesty orange ones, but this is also quite cool.
Hmm.
Though, I mean, this is probably slightly less dominant in a room.
I think so too, especially if you put the white bottoms on them.
I mean, I guess in my room, right, these would pop like crazy. So because the back walls are sort of dark blue, these would be more dominant than the black ones in my room.
Oh hell yeah!
In your room, this would be like sort of you almost don't know where the wall begins and the speaker starts.
Hmm. Yeah, I like them. I really like that color combo. It's too bad that they don't have. Well, I guess it's under bespoke then, when you can order the aluminum panels for the bottoms. I would get a quote just for the shits and giggles. I'll talk to Kareem and see.
$240,000. At that point, wouldn't you just buy the samurai ones?
Yeah,
They're like 250, right? And those are actually like full on bespoke with that woven metal mesh and
yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering if anybody bought the gold green Harrods 90s. That's a good question.
they probably did. I don't like that color combo personally.
No,
It was done well, but it's not for me.
I'm sure somebody bought it, or the CEO of Harrods. I'll put those in my office as a
Yes.
statement, because I've seen lap fives in a bunch of offices in Montreal that, yes, they get used, but it's obviously more or less of a statement with design and architecture and cool and money. But yeah, 90s, that'd be something. These look cool. Bottom line, these look cool.
Yeah. I'll
I
have the
approve this
murdered
color
out zesty
combination.
orange ones.
But money is money, right? It's
Yeah.
just money. It's just money, bro.
God, I don't think I could afford new ones anyway. I don't
No,
think you
me
can
at all.
afford new ones
No,
either anymore.
not at all. There's no way. I don't think I would go that silly with the money anymore. Like if I were to do it all over again, I would probably do what you did: buy 2 pairs of 50s and a 77-inch theater, and or maybe go stupid and go with the 83 and on a floor stand. But I wouldn't. I don't think I would do it just because I have to move. Not that I move frequently, but every few years, if you have to move these around, it's a fucking pain in the ass. And they also come with a tax on your storage because you have to keep the boxes. These are not just like something that you can just bubble wrap and pick up on your shoulder and fucking go to the car with it. So yeah, these are always an event when you have to move them. But once they are where they are supposed to be, sitting and tuned, then that opinion completely shifts to something that I'll never get rid of these. So, Poopa. Come over. She's being cute. You hungry again? That's a good bowl.
I mean, I don't mind if you do, right? But like, essentially, with these new US prices, that's what they're asking. Like, do you just have like 200 grand laying around?
Pretty much.
I mean, if you do, good for you. Like, great. Let us know how you did it. Like, we may need some help here.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, go. She's busy with her shit now. Oh, the life of a cat. She's looking. There's a fly somewhere in here, I guess, and that's a very, very threatening situation for me. Because if that motherfucker lands on the sails of the '90s,
Or it's one of those one-legged.
Yeah, just whack, 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 whack. She already did a couple of these on my screen on the patio door, balcony doors. So I kind of keep that shit locked down rather, so she doesn't. We don't have any of that nonsense flying in here because God is.
Anders says, wonder how the 5 should look in Art Deco edition. I'm not sure you can make them Art Deco, right? Because they're like hyper modern design.
I think those in Art Deco would look like, if you did it on the platters, it would look like the inside of a fucking umbrella.
Yeah. I mean, to this point, I do think in terms of design looks purely, not in terms of tech, right? But specifically in just design choice, the 5s are sort of look almost newer than even 90s or 50s.
5s have a very timeless design, but it's a design that you either love it or you hate it.
Yeah, but it's much more sort of Jetsons era than the 50s or 90s are.
Yes. Well, 90s also don't really look like a conventional speaker.
Yeah. But if you have those, those end of the 1950s, early 1960s American cars, right, with those tail fins and that sort of stuff, like that sort of design is much more futuristic than stuff from the 70s and 80s.
Yes.
Like I know it's a bit of a disconnect of when it actually was designed, but the 5s in many ways are newer or more forward in terms of design than the 50s or 90s.
Well, 50s are very subdued design.
Yeah, I think that's partially on purpose, right? Because I mean, the 5s were so bold that I think when they were introduced, a lot of people would like, and
yeah.
I mean, I know I was like that when they were first introduced, because initially I didn't like them at all. Like, they had to really grow on me.
I remember when I first saw them, I was fucking blown away. Like, the design was really like, what are these? And then they played them, and I was hooked. Oh fuck, I want to get those at some point of my life.
Oh, I definitely appreciated their capabilities, right? But like the house we had at the time, that would just look so weird in them, like so out of place. Like
Yeah.
nothing matched it at all.
No, that there was really very little.
Like you
Like
would
if you
have,
come from the 18s or the Lab ones or 18s, 8000s or Lab ones, right, which are conical, shaped column speaker, to something that is just geometrically very complex to look at, especially with that pronounced acoustic lens for the mid range.
yeah. I mean, we also had quite high ceilings at that place, and
Mm,
like the ones just looked much more at home than fives could ever. Like, and it wasn't. I'm not even talking about sound, right? Because there's just no arguing that. But
yeah.
like the fives were like you'd have to have like marble flooring or something. Like you couldn't really put them on carpet because that would just look weird. And we had carpet everywhere at the time, and it's like, I mean, it was nice carpet. It was very clean white carpet, but it's like the putting the fives on that sort of looked like you're in two different eras, right?
Hmm. Yeah, fives were a very unique speaker. I had a good time with them too at that point, at one point of life. And then I
Yeah,
replaced them
I
with
never
nineties.
owned them, partially because I never like they would fit in my house now in terms of the aesthetics, but like I never really had a place where the
They would work.
maybe my apartment 2 apartments ago, not the last one, but the one before that. But at that point, the 50s had come out, and like, do you buy 50s for like $2,000 more, or do you buy a last set of fives? It's like
Hmm.
not really a choice at that point, right? Like, do you buy something that's EOL for more or less the same price as something that's brand new?
With a killer tech in it,
Yeah.
comparatively. No, I agree.
Ed says sometimes how a speaker sounds changes your opinion on what the outside looks like.
Up to a point, yes, like Sandeep says. I would
Yeah.
agree.
I mean, I don't think the fives. I don't think the fives were ever ugly, but they were just too striking, right? Like too in your face. And I've
The white
appreciated.
edition looked good with the
Yeah,
white skirts. Those were nice. That kind of lightened them up as far as how much dominance they
I
asserted
also
in the
think
room.
if you're European and you do not know what Daleks are, right?
Hmm.
You have a much easier time of looking at them. But if you're like British or like you're into Doctor Who or have ever seen any of that, right? You should, it's instantly like I'm putting something evil in my house. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, they looked like Daleks. A lot of people have called them that here. Dalek speakers. Were Dalek speakers, and then there were the Penguin speakers, which were the old Lab 9s, right? Because they did
Yeah.
look like penguins, more or less, especially in white color.
So,
But yeah.
like, I don't know if you're, I don't know, German, you probably don't know what Daleks are. So it's
Well,
probably
you
an
can
easy.
Google it.
Yeah, but at the time, right? Like, how do you Google for that if you don't know what you're Googling for?
No, yeah, exactly. You had to see it in a movie or a show
I
to
mean,
understand.
when the five started coming out, there were still like several million houses with dial-up, right? Like we were still on like if you had amazing internet, you had ISDN or something like that. Like you
I
could
remember that.
download at like 300 kilobytes a second when they
Oh,
came
I
out.
remember those speeds back in the day, downloading music and then putting it all into BeoPlayer, and then you load it up, and the metadata is all fucked up, and you have to
Yeah.
go through it all. And yeah, I think about 500 gigs of music that I had purged, not purged, but just went through and put in album art and renamed all the songs through the BeoPlayer app, so it worked and looked up to par when I had it in a BeoSound 5,
Like
which
a
makes me
high
kind of think,
res,
yeah,
like a
I
high
hope
res
photos.
Napster file was like 3.5 megabytes or something, and that
Oh
took you
yeah,
like at least 10 minutes to download.
and someone had those blips in the songs. You had to delete it and start looking for a new one. Oh man, but I got a lot of music, or acquired a lot of music, also when the BeoSound 5 was introduced with the CD ripper. Because then I would go to the libraries and just borrow CDs and rip them. And rip them to the BeoMaster 5. Well, at the time, I was ripping them through the computer on the Beo player and acquiring music.
Yeah,
Which
but
you
you
now
still,
actually
like, at
own.
least at the very minimum needed to borrow a disc from somebody, right?
Yes, yes. And then once the 5 was around with Spotify, that was pretty cool. And then they completely killed it. I'm still debating because I have a BeoSound 5 in the fucking storage to see, like, just to set it up as a server.
Why not?
More or less for the sake of experimenting.
I mean, you can always put it in your Lego room, right? With the other set
Well,
of
I have the
ones or
system
whatever.
cabinet, so that's what I'm thinking of putting it in. Like,
Yeah.
because I can hide the BeoMaster inside.
I mean, you have a set of ones.
Yeah, but that's not getting fucking unpacked. There's no room for them in there. Because the only place where I could put them, that's where the window opens into that side, so they were gonna get hit. So there's no way.
Don't you have some other speakers too?
I got fucking tons of shit. I just don't want to unpack anymore. But I was I was debating to even move maybe the
Maybe you
next
can
to.
get some Gorilla Tape and put your fours on the windows.
I have the wall brackets, so I was actually thinking, like, if I don't do the shape in here, maybe I'll take the Bang & Olufsen logo off of above my bed and put the shape there. Keep the receivers and have it as a surround system for the bedroom, and then take the fours, put the white covers back on them, and then throw them in with B1 and what is it, the S8 sub, which it's more than enough juice for a little room like that. What's the new liquid glass on Apple TV thing that people are talking about?
I don't know. I not to be rude, but like, how the hell did you get to that? Like, did we reference it, or did somebody
No, there
in the
was a
chat?
talk about Apple TV earlier in the chat regarding something. I don't know if the liquid glass is the new iOS system that it's called, or what is it?
Oh yeah, like everything for some reason is transparent now, isn't it? Like,
Mm.
God, that's awful. Like, I'm sure it'll work, but it's like, in terms of visuals. Has your Netflix updated?
I don't know. I haven't watched Netflix in a while.
Because I came back, right, from 2 weeks being away, and apparently Netflix updated, and I thought she was using like an Apple TV, and now Netflix has a new UI, and it's fucking horrible.
Really?
It looks like a sort of cheap knockoff of an Apple TV sort of menu.
Let us see. I'm gonna load it through the home app because I don't want to turn on the 90s with it. Wonder if it will. Okay. I don't know. Does it look different?
No, yours looks like the old one still. So all that stuff on the left, right, for us
Yeah.
now is on the top.
Really?
Yeah.
That sucks. I can't get out of this fucking thing. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. How do you update this? Can you update this shit? No.
I think there is an app update somewhere in the store.
It should have updated on its own, but wonder what software I'm on the TV. Maybe that's not up to date yet.
Yeah.
Because I got a software update not too long ago, but where am I going? Right there. Yeah, 232074. Is it the latest?
Yeah, I'll show you a picture later. I didn't even use it, but I saw her using it, and I was like, "What the hell are you using?" She's like, "Oh, this is the new Netflix." I was like, God, this is awful.
Is it on the Apple TV or is it on?
No, we don't use
It's
Apple
on the
TV.
panel. Oh, it's on the LG panel.
Yeah,
I don't know. This is having a hard time looking for an update, so we'll let it run and see what happens. But yeah, that's interesting.
I guess with like any new UI update, right? And this is something I still hope B&O will do with their new app now that it's the new beta is out and apparently well. Is I want a goddamn dark mode. Like, don't get me wrong, I like your color scheme with the maximal white and black and stuff.
Mm.
But that loading screen that starts, especially at night, it's so
Oh,
goddamn
dude,
bright.
it's too much.
Like, I wish
It's
that
way
was
too much.
inverted somehow, or like a dark gray or something to that effect.
So what the fuck? Why can I not check my software? Am I on the network? It should be. It's fucking hardwired. Call this. And why the fuck is there a Spotify on my account?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Like, did that shit install some crap again? Because I got the game portal or whatever. Have you seen that too?
No.
Yeah, the gaming portal installed. What is this? Media player. Okay. Prime Video. I don't know if she installed the Prime Video or not, but I'm not gonna delete it. But yeah, what the fuck over options? Check the software update. Call this. Check for updates. Should come back with software up to date, right? It doesn't take that long.
Normally, no.
I don't know what's going on. Well, screw you. Off you go. That's it.
I mean, it seems like all UI gets unified because, like, people think Apple leads, so therefore it's the best, so therefore everything must look like Apple.
Or is it just simpler for people to understand and get around if all the interfaces are more or less similar to one another, right?
Yeah, maybe, but I also think it gets extremely boring.
Well, yeah. But like I've always said, if I'm in the emergency and I guess you'll die before you're more likely to die in an emergency using an Android than an iPhone because people know how to work it fucking because it's the same with Android, especially like I keep this default, but some people like a couple of colleagues at work, they just have a fucking completely bought skins and icons are different, everything like what the fuck, man. Plus all of your shit is everywhere, right? Because you can make folders and stuff. I don't know where all your stuff is. Like, phones are a very personal thing. But at least, if you hold the power button long enough on a Android phone, it'll come up with the emergency call, right? Or the health data, I guess. So
I think that's the same for iPhone. Like, you get to emergency call that way.
but yeah, it's phones are crazy. But I do have to say I'm happy with the new app. It's definitely much lighter on the use, but the setup button needs to go. That needs to go. And I'm telling you this as an installer, bro, because
You do it
once
once.
you do it once and it by default asks for it as soon as you open the theater up in your app, right, and you adopt it to the app, it just goes through the steps. Pair with the remote, connect the speakers, connect your LG TV, and that's it. And then calibrate the positions. But there's no need for that to be there at all. Give me the signal info.
Yes. I want that somewhere accessible on that front screen. Please. Look, we even asked them in person, right? It is near enough a year and a half ago now.
Yes. Yeah, when we did the conference call. So some of
Like,
the stuff always falls on the deaf ears, apparently.
yeah, but the thing is, they were actually listening to us, like in person, and still going, yeah, whatever. Like, to me, it makes it feel like, why did you even take the time to listen to us at that point, right?
Mhm.
Like if you're just gonna
Why
do
did you
what you
waste
feel,
our time trying to
yeah,
pretend that something's going to come out of it? That's my kind of beef with it. That, you know, I booked myself off work. It's not that I'm losing money because I'm getting paid for it anyways, but at the end of the day, I cost the shop money because I could have been fucking somewhere installing something, right?
yeah.
Instead of having a meeting that really yielded nothing over an hour and a half of doing it. Oh yeah, good. She's scratching where she's supposed to
I
be
mean, don't get
scratching.
me wrong. I still love you guys, and I still think you're good guys. But like, what's the point of asking if you like not
If it
going to
at
do
the end
anything?
falls on the deaf ears, you know.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, I think even though it might be, I guess, not pompous to say, but I'm sure that our
yeah, but we're not the only
8-year-old,
ones, right?
yeah, but our 8-year-old commitment into this brand, as far as being the guys that get together every Sunday and kill their weekend with yapping about the brand, does have some sort of influence at the end, anyways. And if we look back in a time, you know, when I had to drink bourbon just to get through the fucking these underfeds and whatever we've had going on in the promos, which was just fucking unstomachable. They finally had sobered up because that didn't make any sense. You know, you have a picture, you have a drone shot of a guy on the fucking stairs, and then you put E9 on the thing. You can't even see the earbuds on his head, right? Because he's got the big lushy hair and shit, you know, like a Trudeau haircut type of thing. Fuck off. And you know, oh, that makes me mad.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy we're done with the angry vegan thing.
Nonsense. But yeah, it's there was a lot of changes that I think we've positively contributed to the direction that they go with the app or whatever else have you. Especially also with the Halo. We begged them for a while not to release the Halo till they baked the software properly, and then also was, you know,
They
it
did
came
hold
out
off
in
for like
a
4 or
few
5
weeks.
months.
Yeah, or yeah, it was a while, and then it came out and it was okay. Nowhere near as to what it is now, but I
No.
still think that remote is understated in the way that it fully shines with the BioLiving intelligence. It's not really.
Yeah, like it's marketed wrong, right? Like it was marketed as an audio remote, which it kind of isn't. It's a volume dial essentially, and the
It's a
source
home
selector.
controller. It's a home controller where you can just put on a shade and you can do the wheel and
Yeah.
go it up and down, whatever.
So it kind of became a better product as something different than what it was marketed as,
Yes,
which is weird, but okay.
I'm okay with it, and you know what? I like it. I like the fact of what it does, and in an essence, now that you know, I have too many things as buttons in it, and it's like it's the. I guess it's a natural progression of honing things out. It's the same like when I first started with the apartment in 2016 in my in Calgary, right? I fucking made macros, tabarnak, everything was just, and it just gotten too much, right? Like, you know, when you press a welcome and all of a sudden the music comes on, the fucking lights turn on, and it's a whole sequence of things that happen. And all I wanted to do is just get the fucking car keys because I'd forgotten them, right? And then you have to wait till all that finishes because if you press exit, then some of the macro doesn't, you know, finish and blah, blah, blah. And you learn over time that, okay, well, you got to separate this nonsense, just the lights and music and goodbye type of thing. Same with here. I have, you know, there's too many buttons to dial shit with whatever, where I can still somewhat yell at the Google through the level and get some of those simple things done. But I don't think I'm going to venture back into the IFTTT with the Google tie-in.
Yeah, there's no real need for it anymore.
No, there isn't, and it's you know, like I think I stopped it because I was paying a legacy fee of $2 for the
Yeah.
for a year or a month, whatever it was. I think it was a monthly subscription. Where now it's like 10, and
This is
fuck, man.
everything, right? Like everything, like even Disney did this, right? Like, oh, it's $8 forever, and now it's like, oh, it's 20. And
Everything's gone up, and there's so many subscriptions. Like I call it the death by thousand cuts, right? Because you know you have your YouTube, you have your Deezer, then you fucking maybe have a Spotify, maybe you get the Prime, uh, Disney. Some people have Cineplex or whatever, and all this shit. Or Especially the worst one is the Prime, because if you want to get a movie, then all of a sudden, please subscribe to this fucking app for 30 days for free. Then you forget and you get charged from some whatever another streaming service, and it's horse shit.
Yeah, if nothing else, I think it's like they're pushing you back into like sailing the high seas again because it's so cumbersome. Like if there was a singular app, right, where I can pay 40 to 50 bucks a month, but I can watch everything from all services, but they just kept track of how to disperse that money or whatever, like I would do that.
Yes. But you end up paying more than you're paying for the bloody, like a TV service nowadays. This is stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
Because at the end, you have to pay for internet to bring it in home to begin with, and then boom.
YouTube TV is like 80 or 90 bucks a month now, and like you now have less channels than you did a year ago.
What do you mean YouTube TV?
Oh, it's like YouTube's cable service, but it's over the internet.
Oh, really? Yeah, I don't have that. I just have a YouTube.
Nor do I.
Prescription.
But my extended family has, where I was just at.
Mm-hmm.
And
what do you think of it?
It works like cable TV. You're still killed to death with ads, right? It's just online.
Fuck.
I mean, but you can watch CBS, PBS, or you name it, all that stuff, right? Like ESPN, whatever. I mean, one
like regular on-air TV with all the gravy and nonsense.
I guess the only real difference is that since it is online, you can share it with people. Like you're not supposed to, but they're not cracking down on it
yet.
Yeah. So there is kind of that, but I mean, it's okay. But I watch personally the streaming services because there's no goddamn ads, right?
That's why I ended Amazon Prime when they just all of a sudden dicked a commercial in the middle of the movie. I'm like, oh, now you have to pay extra $2 for not to have that. I'm like, you know what? Piss off. Piss off with your movies. And they're shit anyways. All the movies nowadays are not even worth watching, for God's sakes.
I mean, we're still Prime members mostly because of deliveries and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like the extra we didn't really ask for.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we'll watch it, fine, whatever. But we don't watch it that often. But to the point where, like, it's already kind of annoying that the amount of ads you get. I have found that if you use a VPN on your Fire Stick, that it gets confused. And it doesn't show you ads. It just cuts away for a second and starts replaying. So it doesn't load any of the ads, really.
Interesting.
But that's not a guaranteed way of not getting them, because it's not. Something happens when you load something new to watch, whether you either get ads or not. It's strange.
That is strange.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, you have Netflix because there's no ads, right? You have Disney because there's no ads.
Yeah, but the way I look at it is like my girlfriend has those subscription services because I just don't watch movies. And lately I made a rule that if we're watching a movie together, I'm picking it because she's conscious for the first 15 minutes of it, and then I'm stuck with bullshit, some lovey-dovey story, and then you get invested in it. Fuck, like, will the Nicole die or not, right? And so no, like, let's just watch some cheeseball Jason Statham fucking ass kicker. You know, by the time it gets to the ass kicking, she's already sleeping, right?
Yes.
Because, you know, all the movie soft sauce it in the beginning, and then, you know, then it gets to the gravy, and by then she's already, and I can watch the rest of it and not be mad. But I guess that's the life of every man that has a woman in his life. That, you know, I mean, let me pick a movie. Oh, fuck's sakes. Like, the only time I would do it is in a movie theater, because that's where she actually stays up, right? The entire time. Other than the Oppenheimer, we both passed out fucking half an hour before the end. I had to download the movie to see.
It's also like a 3.5-hour movie.
Oh yeah, dude! And we went to the VIP, and I ordered like a fucking huge plate of nachos with cheese, and you know, all the fixings. And you eat that, have a beer, And you
Yeah,
wake
you're
up when the
done.
lights are on and the credits have finished rolling. Fuck.
Oops.
So, oopsies.
Uh,
But yeah, that movie was interesting, to be honest. I didn't see the end of it, but and funny thing is, I've downloaded it and I watched it and I passed out at exactly the same point of the movie. So I just need to probably watch it from that point to the end, so I can. But we all know what happened, right? It's like watching The Passion of the Christ. We all know the ending. For God's sakes.
wait, where he dies or where he gets up again?
I think both, I guess. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Disney's like $160 a year now.
Jesus Lord, that's too much, man. Like the subscription services are just insane.
Yeah, I think when they just started, at least in the Netherlands, they had this promo that sign up now and you'll pay like €8 per month forever or something like that.
Yeah, that never works. That never works.
Well, you also have to essentially never move internationally, never change billing address, that sort of thing, right?
Yeah, I think the biggest problem is too that if you want to suspend the service and then you re-sign back to it later, you're never going to get that same money again. So that's why like I was bleeding the $2 a month for IFTTT for like 4 years. I'm like, fuck me, man. Why am I paying for this when I haven't used it in 4 years? There's no point.
Yeah.
The last time it was used was before I moved out of the apartment, which was in March of 2022. So what's the point of paying for it? And paying for it like a year after. I'm like, no, you know what? At the end, the way that it goes, and with the BeoLiving Intelligence, because I bought the new one and I put the BeoLink gateway into my mom's house, I don't really have a need for it anymore. The only thing I don't like about the theater or the Mozart T platform type of thing is that if you go turn on the BNO or BeoLiving app, it basically I need to always sign into the TV. First of all, and second of all, when you back out of it, it goes to the main menu. So if you're watching a movie, Netflix, whatever, you have to go back and restart the app. It's a bit annoying,
Yeah.
but also I don't like some of the limitations that are on the Android versus iPad or iDevice, where you actually got a better remote control than you have in the native app, but you don't get any of that on the Android side of BeoLiving Intelligence. So feels
I
bad.
guess they just don't develop much for that because like it's so few people that own B&O that actually have anything Android. Like, and probably the comments are going to go, I have Android, sure, but like you are, according to them anyway, like what they see in their app downloads, under 20% of their customers.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, anybody with a TV or BeoVision of any sort, essentially it's like 9-1 that has Apple iOS.
Most of our clients have iOS devices, dude.
I mean, I get it. It's simpler, right? Like it just works.
Interesting part is that a lot of people that I've come across that are in or near the IT field of work of any kind, they tend to lean towards the Android phones.
Yes, because you can absolutely root them and do all
Do
sorts
shit.
of.
Yeah. Well, you can't do that with the iPhone.
I know those are the guys that like they spend all day on computer and then come home and go, I need to relax.
Yeah. It's like so true.
Like I had two friends like that. They spent all day designing, I don't know, stuff for games and purchase platforms for like was it the Wii or whatever, and then they come home. It's like, I need to like build something. Let's relax,
chillax, build my own shit. Like, Jesus Christ. Well, speaking of building your own,
yeah. Thank you all for watching. Go to the Greeno website and buy stuff.
Buy the grill. Buy the grill, y'all.
Use the promo code for 10% off. And or mention me. Please send them over.
And that's it.
And I mean, while you're at it, might as well go to Skinny Play, right?
Get some girls too.
Pen Friend says, if I have Apple Home, is there a benefit to BeoLiving? I
guess
don't
yes,
know what
because you
Apple Home
can.
does necessarily. Quite
Neither
honestly.
do I much, but I think that all the stuff is voice commands versus BeoLiving is you can have these commands in the BeoRemote one, so you can just put light scene to movie, and in the BeoLiving intelligence you program the sequence that okay, these lights go off, because I'm assuming you have smart lights at this point of time, and go TV to volume 65 on my Netflix in surround speaker or listening position, and turn the fuck off everything else in the house if it was playing. That's the kind of thing you can do
Yeah.
instead of going and yelling at shit to shut off, or going through the app and standby individually. So
Come join the Discord. There's several people that will probably answer it better than us because they're like really techie kind of people.
especially with the Apple environment, I'm more or less the
Yeah.
BeoLiving guy, so it's a little bit of a different island, but the water around it is the same.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, I hope everybody has a good week. We'll see you again next week, most likely, and have a good one.
see you next Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.
Which button do I press again? Oh, this one.
Control Alt.